Hello and welcome to another episode of the Black Dog Sports Podcast. I am your host, Arthur Hosey Jr. of the class of 2008. And I'm joined here today by my co-hosts, Derek Thomas and Kendrick Vivians. And we also joined by Mr. Jackson from LSU / Moss Point stand-up. Great place, you know what I'm saying? Derek, what's on your mind today, starting out?
Man, chilling, man. This chilling out here at Starbucks got me a little kiwi starfruit refresher, for breakfast. Ready to try to get this second win over LSU in a row today.
You already know what it is. All right, Ken, what you got going on?
Not much, man. I'm out here at Moss Point, fresh off a win. Today I was going to surprise you guys on location at the stadium, but Moss Point went over to Macomb and got our first victory of the year over Macomb, another 4A foe. So we got our first victory. So to keep that live on location spirit alive, I came to our Pee Wee League to check out the future of Moss Point football, man. So I'm glad to be here. And mind the voice because y'all already know what it is, how it goes down on Friday nights.
Now, Ken, did you see where I posted in the group about my friend? They went to a school in North Jackson, and not in North Mississippi. I ain't gonna say which one, but he got left at the school because they couldn't find anybody to watch his class. He the linebacker coach? Yeah, the linebacker coach. They left him at school.
No, listen. So we be having the same problem because you do have like a sub shortage around this place.
Right.
So they actually, they'll split up our classes, have like a special education teacher to come watch the class or something. We make things happen. I don't know what we're trying to change the culture down here, man. I don't know what y'all doing up there.
They Lane Kiffin there, boy.
Wow, that's standard though. I mean, when you're coaching, you have to travel.
I know. It was the last block of the day. He came into my classroom. I was like, "What you doing here?" I'm like, y'all left the school at like 1:00. Like, what are you doing here? But
they left him. You want to know why they left him? So it wasn't gonna matter if he was there. No way. Linebacker wasn't gonna make no tackles.
You know what? That's a good analogy.
All right, Mr. Al, what you got going on today? I know you decked out in your LSU gear. You've been talking shit since you got here. What's your mind frame coming into this thing?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. We're not looking as good as we should. Being we coming off of just 2 years off a incredible season. But it's some growing pains. I don't expect State to roll over today, especially playing down there between the hedges. But close game. When I say close, I mean in 10 points. That's close for me. But I think we'll pull it out. And like I say, if State offense, Wiley, I think Stingley is banged up. If my fellow Gulf Coast guy Wiley start getting off and Mike throwing that ball all over the place, it could be a long day. And that's keeping it 100% real. I think we are more talented overall, but State could get hot and put up some points real quick. So that's what I'm concerned about. But other than that, we have my daughter's birthday party today, and she's begging to come outside at this moment, but I told her I had something to do. And just chilling, man, family, man, just hanging out.
All right, that's what's up. Now, Derek, I know you the person that got the question and stuff like that, so go ahead, do that voodoo that you do so well.
Well, okay, so you play offensive line. LSU has normally been a dominant rushing squad. Right. Now, you can't be too happy about the status.
Wait, Ken signaling that he's trying to talk.
Oh, can we introduce my guy?
Go ahead. That's you. You the man.
Though. No, we just said, hey, this my boy. This Al from LSU and Moss.
Yeah,
no, listen.
You got it.
Hey, no formal introduction needed, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta tell these people because we got a lot of MSU fans. I gotta tell these people who this man is, guy.
Go ahead.
Because he ain't gonna do it. He a doggone legend. So I gotta tell it. All right. All high school All-American as an offensive lineman. What they do that at? My man running faster than just about every running back we had. What they do that at? Goes off the LSU, balls out. Then he goes. Wait, I forgot this part, Al. Every running back ever ran behind Al Center Jackson in high school had 1,000 yards. Every last one of them.
That is true.
That is true. Every last one of them. And so, you got to think about it. Like, how tall are you, Al?
I'm shrinking now, man. At my peak, about 6'4", 6'4.5", right? I'm shrinking.
So, but imagine a 6'4" guys, a pulling guard coming at you as a 6'4" pulling guard in high school, man. I know that made some people like, man, we got to do this all night because Coach Lee gonna do it at 26X all night long, right?
All night.
So he goes on to LSU, then he goes on to Cowboys, then he goes to you went to NFL Europe, right?
Yeah, I played in season over in Europe and with Green Bay also.
Yeah, so I just want to let everybody know who you were. You just wasn't a former LSU guy. You do this. You do this.
Right, okay.
Right.
I appreciate that, bro.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Class 96 in the house.
96.
That my brother classmate, y'all.
Hey,
yeah.
Ken, if you would have had your wait, I'm gonna take it easy on Ken. But if he were here a little bit earlier, we wouldn't have had this problem. But that's whatever.
Hey, listen. Look at my setup, man. I tried to. I had my computer. My computer wouldn't connect to the Wi-Fi, so I'm on my phone now. So that's all I needed to do, man. I want to give my man his due.
Hey, man.
I want to give my man his due. Go ahead, Derek. I'm sorry.
Ken, you already know that Derek was gonna set all that type of stuff up.
He started asking questions. He wasn't.
We had already did it though, kind of, sorta.
Man, bye. Let's go.
But he needed his. Hey, look, he needed his Mississippi fat bully interest though.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't know that this man had all these. Look, man, I'm from Greenville, Mississippi. We can barely beat Clarksdale. We can't beat Clarksdale. We can beat Clarksdale one time my entire life. I'm tired of this, okay? Anyway, that's my rant. Okay, Derek, go.
So, with you being a former offensive lineman, talk about, the status of LSU's rushing attack and how Mississippi State's going to stuff the run again against LSU.
Well, traditionally, that's what we've hung our hats on. And there was a time where it didn't matter if you brought half your fans on the field, we're going to run the ball and we're going to do it well. But we started transitioning to, a more spread type offense. And, sometimes when you go from one style to another, you tend to overcompensate for one thing. And I think that's what we've been doing, being a little too pass happy and not putting enough emphasis on the run. Now, given our history with Mississippi State as far as being able to run the ball, we've had some pretty magnificent running backs that will run up the yard total against State. I don't see that happening this week. I think it's going to be, who going to complete the most passes, who going to, I think it's going to be a shootout in the air until we can really start to get that running game solidified. I really don't think it's going to happen this week, especially if Mississippi State goes up early. We may have a chance if we can go up early, but given what State does with just throwing that ball and given our weaknesses in the secondary right now, I don't see it getting any better this week.
Yeah, I agree. I'm good friends with one of the LSU running backs, Ty Davis Price. I want to see him do well. Not this week, and I'm good friends with one of our offensive tackles, Cardell Thomas. So I would like to see him get some playing time, but I really feel like the only running threat y'all might be the quarterback, Max Johnson, because he is a guy who can hurt you in the running game. Unlike our quarterback who don't know how to run at all. If LSU is going to run the ball, it may be through their quarterback. And if he's able to run the ball, that's where I think you may be able to run the ball with your running backs. Because he's a talented passer. I just don't think that, you know, I don't think LSU is going to be able to run the ball traditionally. Kendrick,
Right.
what you think, Ken?
I mean, well, if they I would say this. I would try to establish the run against us. I mean, that's just me. I would try to see what that happens first because I mean, you cannot knock Derek's favorite line. We have two potential All-American cornerbacks, so you cannot, not try to run the ball if I have that sitting out on the edges. But when it comes to going deep, and if anybody's watched any film on us, go over the top. Our safeties are poop. I mean, that's just what it is. It is what it is. But I would, first of all, try to establish the running game because, I mean, you have to. I mean, when it's all said and done, regardless, I mean, like Derek just said, we don't like to run the ball at all. And it's Saturday in, Saturday out, it's a struggle. So if we establish the run game now, we're going to get some respect in that and be able to throw the ball around. So when it's all said and done, you have to be ready to. I'm sorry, I got a call on my phone. That's why I don't like this phone, doing it on my phone. I'm sorry. All right.
Do not disturb.
When it's all said and done, yeah, when it's all said and done, you have to try to run the ball. I'm hoping that they don't have that opportunity. Our linebackers are able to feel and make tackles because we did struggle in that area, just not taking the right angles and getting our hands on somebody and taking them down. They're in the right positions. They're being put in the right positions, but we have to actually execute and make the plays. You always have to execute on offense, but you got to execute on defense as well, right? So,
Right.
that's what I'm looking for in our linebackers. That's the main thing because, I mean, like traditionally, their offensive line is good. Traditionally, our defensive line is where it's at. And so I don't think that has changed. But we have to just make plays at the linebacker spot, and I think we'll be fine. I don't know which quarterback they're on. I know the starting quarterback is out.
Max Johnson's going to start.
Yeah.
Okay, Max Johnson. Okay. So, but the other starting quarterback is a coach boy that was supposed to be starting. He's another coach kid.
We ain't got to worry about him. Thank the Lord.
Yeah. He's slinging that thing. He can throw it, but he's not in there. But so I mean, I'm just looking forward to establishing the line of scrimmage on defense, and then making them try to throw the ball, and hopefully they're not smart enough because Orgeron shown he's not that bright. So hopefully he's not that bright enough to throw the ball deep to our safeties.
So now the thing is, since you brought up LSU's quarterback situation, if Max Johnson struggles or is taken out of the game, LSU has a true freshman quarterback. I think Garrett Nussmeier, I think his name is. So, he is a throwing quarterback. So, if we're able to make Max Johnson struggle, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Garrett Nussmeier get out there and throw a couple of picks against our. You know what? We know LSU has been known as DBU.
And we're struggling right now.
But this year, we the one with the two potential All-American defensive backs. You know what I'm saying?
It's a difference between potential and solidifying. Y'all working on it. That's you're working on it.
Ain't nobody throwing to them boys.
We talk about surefire top 5 pick. You know what I mean? So,
but he ain't gonna be there this year. He gonna be on the sideline again.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He will be. That's one of the issues we have. But it's DBU. We just go to the university and put a quarter in and get one out and put them on the field.
I mean, I think the guy that's starting is McGlovern. I mean, he's suspect. We can take advantage of him if we throw the ball down the field. If that's a big if we throw the ball down the field.
Let me say something about Michael Leach right quick. Now, coaches have egos, and he likes to throw the ball. I don't think he's going to give his team the opportunity to try establishing a run game. He's going to come out firing. Okay. Now, there's two things can happen. You can score quick, you can get up quick, or you can get picked. You can get picked 6. You can be 3 and out, and give the team the ball back. And now you got to see who's LSU gonna try to establish the run game. I think we will try before State does, because Leach he will not, he don't like running the ball. So that's one of the issues we're gonna have. If the quarterback can get out there, establish a run game like Fat said, and see if we can poke some holes in our defense, fine. But that other way, if anybody established the run today, it's probably going to be us.
Now, absolutely, I agree.
And I do agree. I do agree with you. Mike Leach is going to throw the ball, but we know that it's how he's been throwing the ball. These screens and back, throw it down the field.
That's what I was about to say. A screen is just a long toss play. We can run sideline to sideline. I don't think that's the way you do it. When you talk about establishing a run game, you're talking about downhill. You're talking about starting to try to wear the defensive line out, making linebackers, start to cheat up, and then you start doing your screens and throwing over the middle and down the field. You have to make the defense, respect that game and start coming up and, bringing that safety down, something that says we need to stop the run game.
Now, being that you make the statement about the linebacker cheating up, like I said, I got a connection to the LSU squad. I coached Damone Clark for a year with the South Baton Rouge Jags. He was a starting linebacker defensive end. Then he's a starting middle linebacker for LSU now. So I'm really hoping Damone does not have his best game this year. I'm hoping he makes some mistakes in coverage. I'm hoping he misses some tackles. Don't beat me up, Damone and Damon, if y'all listening. I need Damone to miss some tackles and not knock some balls down. So I need Damone to help me out because I need him to make some bad decisions with wide receivers coming across the middle, because Leach will not throw the ball down the field. You got 2 6'4" wide receivers, Makai Polk, Malik Heath. Let them attack the defense. Now, granted, we know Will Rogers holds that ball to them. Man, he got to get the ball out. You got to LSU's probably going to rush 3 and drop 8. That's what everybody does against us. Make them pay. Make them make a decision. Mike Jones from Clemson. That's what he excels at, coverage if he plays. Take advantage of him being rusty. You know what I'm saying? Barksdale, take advantage of him being over aggressive. Make those linebackers have to stop your receivers coming across the middle, because even though Stingley isn't playing, Eli Ricks has proven that he will take one to the house. So you can't just go after him. So he's still a threat to shut down whoever he's guarding.
Right.
Now, Derek, I wanted to bring up something. All right. This is our third former LSU player that we had on here. And I'm starting to notice a little bit of a theme. Big Alden came on here, talked this shit. I'm gonna talk a little bit of mine. All right. Mike, the pirate, whatever you want to call him, got these niggas shook because they ain't talking shit like they normally do.
Oh, listen.
Now y'all still shook from last year.
Not at all.
Y'all shook. Y'all shook. I can see.
It may depend on what era you get. You know what? I think I want to say we lost the State my freshman year. I think.
Wait. I got to pull it up.
89 there it was.
Wait. Your freshman year, you 96, 97,
Fall,
8, 99, right?
Fall 96. Fall 96.
So, 96, LSU won 28-20 in Baton Rouge. Starkville the next year, 24-9. Your junior year would have been 98, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 41-6. So, October of 1999, were you still playing football? You know what happened in that game, right?
So that's the one that y'all won by a point or something like that in Starkville.
And you know where you was at? Yeah, in Starkville. Okay. You know what happened in that game, right? We know how we won that game. We came back.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's one for four. That's great.
You know,
That's great.
So I'm gonna put some hoot on this game. You know, we got his last game against Mississippi State was in Starkville and they lost. This game was in Starkville and they gonna lose. And he's our guest.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I ain't feeling too cocky or nothing like that. I'm just saying that knowing you talk to LSU fans, they act like that Mississippi State game is just an automatic W. That it's their birthright to beat Mississippi State. But this year, between all three of these folks that we had on, they all kind of like.
Okay, now it depends on the people. Well, these were former players, right?
Yeah, T-Bob
and Cedric.
Yeah,
I know Cedric very well. The bottom line is you are talking to former players. Now you can talk to some scraggly just a fan, and they feel that way. But we have to play the game, so there's gonna be a level of caution being used when we're talking about playing, because you have to play the game.
Fair enough.
So if you had to play a team 4 times, and you can go, you say, okay, you can go split. You can split 2 for 2. You can go 1 for 3, or you can go 3 for 1. You say, oh, I'll take 3 for 1 the rest of my life. Anytime I compete, I can beat you 3 times and lose once. I'll take that. If you're a baseball player and every time for every 4 bats, you knocking 3 out the park, or just on base percentage, you're a Hall of Famer. So, I mean, let's not get this twisted, this little one game y'all won when I was playing. I mean, dude, come on, man. You know,
hey, we got to take our small victories when we can take them.
Well, look, man, and I know y'all heard this before. Y'all beat us 1 and 4 tries when I played. A broken clock is right twice a day. So a clock got a better average than Mississippi State against us.
Hey, AJ, you done woke the man up. He was
I want to wake up.
I'm just saying, I don't want to do that. I like to think that I've matured and I've grown wiser in my debates with these games. But
golly, AJ, you could let him sleep.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We will win the day. Well, matter of fact, let's look at, let's do the last 4 years. What have State done from last year they won, right?
Right.
And I bet you the previous 4 years they lost.
All right, so I got that pulled up. Let's pull that up. Let's pull that up. So 2020, 44-34 Mississippi State. 2019, 35-13 LSU. 2018, 19-3 LSU. 2017, 37-7 Mississippi State.
Okay, so you got
we split.
2016, 23-20 LSU. 2015, 21-19 LSU. 2014, 34-29 when Dak just straight stuff on the LSU Tiger in the dirt.
Hey man, you should stay there 4 years, like he said, man.
Yeah.
I had to get to the Dak. Somebody brought up Dak.
It's every 3. You get 1 out of 3. No, 1 out of 3 is what's happening. My bad.
Hey, we got Ole Miss. First of all, Mississippi is a smaller state. We got Ole Miss and Southern Miss in the state with it. LSU the only game in town.
So you got La Tech, you got UL.
Wait.
We have
Grambling, really taking recruits.
Go to SWAC. You got Southern Baton. Man, it's a lot of schools to go around.
Wait. But is anybody going to La Tech or Grambling over LSU?
Well, apparently some people going to Jackson State over Mississippi State.
Them bounce backs.
Hey,
you already know. The point that I'm making, we got LSU, and not LSU. We got Ole Miss and State. They're splitting folks. Then you got people like you who didn't go anywhere in your states. You went to LSU and stuff like that. LSU has no, in my opinion, LSU ain't got no business losing to Mississippi State ever. the fact that we doing as good as we are is saying something. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And, you know, LSU is cool. LSU is fine. I like LSU. You know, I like LSU football program. I like the way that they run the program. I think they got class. The fans can all kiss my ass. I'm gonna be honest with you. The fans are all very, very low class. I'm just gonna put it out there. They be like, look, Mississippi.
I mean, you went from a little self-deprecation to the fans can kiss your ass. I mean, you ain't got no business losing it.
LSU, I have a lot of respect for LSU's football program, but the fans, like, I'm just saying, like when we would play them in Starkville, the LSU fans would come and try and take over the campus, and they would be like acting like they had just won a national championship. And I'm like, dog, we trash. Like, why are y'all talking all this shit towards us? We sorry. Like, what are y'all doing?
Well, I can't, man, I can't speak from a fan's point of view. I never have, because I was always enthralled in the game, football aspect of the game. So I can't really speak on that. I do know one thing: when you become a great program, your fans take up that portion of you that wants to be braggadocious, wants to talk a lot of noise. That's what they're for. So you can blame the program for being that good and instilling that into those fans. So what you're saying is Mississippi State haven't given its fans enough gumption, enough, big enough balls at this point to make them feel that way. We make our fans feel like they can go anywhere in the United States and take over.
Hey, Al, this is a Mississippi State show. Chill out.
I got
that's what it is. That's what the fans are for. The team, the program instills that into the fans. That's Bama. Bama can go anywhere. Bama can go to Mars and set up. And the Martian football team gonna step to the fans gonna step to the side and say, "Hey, have what you want." This Bama. And with us, we're wilder than that. Anybody know Louisiana? We wilder than that. I'm a Mississippi guy at heart. We're laid back. We're a little more. We're slow motion. That's how I say it. So anybody see me around some people that's originally from Louisiana, they know that I'm not. They say he got, he cool, but it's something different about him. It's that Mississippi, man. It's that Gulf Coast. We talk a little slower, we move a little slower, we just laid back. In fact, you can agree or disagree, but that's what we do, But you instill that in your fans, man. It's just that's what it is.
Well, can I interrupt? Where you going with it?
No, I'm gonna ask. I go ask you about Coach O, but I'm gonna go ahead let you do that.
That's what I was going with. Go for it.
All right. So my thing is this: number one, you were talking about how y'all had the great season where y'all won a national championship and everything. But right now, I feel as though that Coach O is doing his best Gene Chizik impersonation. People start realizing that it wasn't Gene Chizik, it was Gus Malzahn the whole time. So how are you feeling about Coach O, Mr. Y'all football, rip shirt off, Wild Boys himself? Sissy Blue.
Is he gonna call it Sissy Maroon shirt? He gonna do that today?
Hey, you know what? One thing I'm gonna tell you from a personal standpoint, he resonates with a lot of people from the Creole Cajun land. I understand every word you say because I'm my father-in-law. I mean, if you hear him talk, you wouldn't know the difference between him. You think you're talking to Coach O. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So people, yeah, oh boy, yeah, that's old Couillon right there, boy. Hey, yeah, I'm used to it. I spent a lot of time there. And they love it. The fan base loved that interpersonal part. Now, the coaching standpoint, he, in my opinion, he's more serrated knife than a steak knife. You understand what I mean? So And when you're dealing with stuff, you have to be able to use both of those tools. You know, you're not going to go use a serrated knife to cut your steak with. You get what I'm saying? You use that for bread. Use a steak knife for steak. And I think with Coach O, so to speak, he's using one knife to try to solve all his problems. And that's just aggressive, and no real, no finesse behind a lot of things, the way he do things, He's real in your face. He's real rambunctious, real loud. And I think that translates to his play. Like sometimes I think he think playing hard is enough to overcome technique and skill in some senses. That's my critique. But if he can hire the right assistants around him, he can do that. He can do that all day, every day. But he need those steak knives around. He need the butter knives around. He can be that serration all day long. So him personally, I love it. Just get the guys around with the other culinary tools and to make this LSU dish what it need to be.
So he probably got a staff all like him.
I don't know him. I don't know him.
I'm saying that, but I'm just saying with the product you put on the field, that could be the case.
That could be the case. You know what I'm saying? Because head coaches tend to lean on their assistants if they don't, if they kind of micromanage it. I don't think Saban does it a lot, but if you're a micromanager, which I don't know if he is or not, you tend to, make that steak knife pull this serration out instead of letting that knife do what it needs to do. I hope the analogy makes sense. I don't want to get too far over nobody's head.
It made sense when you start breaking it down. I know where you're going with, but when you start,
but that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Start putting it together, it made sense.
Right.
Hey,
otherwise, you can't have a hammer to fix everything with.
Well, let me ask you this. If y'all find yourselves in a unique situation of losing to the Mississippi State Bulldogs today, do you think he gets fired on the tarmac?
No.
You think they're not going to be able to find anybody to watch his class?
No. No.
Okay. Okay. But do you think that do you think that he would make it out of the season?
Yes.
Okay.
I got one that we probably missed. I know the time is running and we about to get ready for this game. But AJ touched on it a little bit about it. We said guys like you leaving the state. We talked to somebody from Memphis last week, asked about his recruiting and all of that kind of stuff. We're not that far. Mars Point here, we're not that far from LSU, of course. Shout out to Kareem Mitchell, Al's classmate. They both ended up at LSU. Then the next year we had another Mars Point great to slide down at the LSU too. All of them played down at LSU. Mr. Muskegum Barnes, we call him Tyrone. Not getting too well. We want to get personal with you, kind of not too personal, just whatever you can share. Like, how did you end up in LSU, and do you have any kind of insight on the other guys, or did you have any influence on the other guys?
Okay, now I can get. Do you want the? Here we go.
The statute of limitations gone, so you can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Limitations are gone. Okay, let's put it this way. Originally, when I went on my recruiting trips and all that stuff, I had made up my mind I was gonna go to Florida. Nobody really outside the family knows this. Florida was the place. Okay. At the time, State was out. They wasn't even in school. They were headed to probation. Jackie Sherrill, I knew he was on the hot seat, and I think they ended up on probation soon thereafter. But anyway, my mom and dad took me to Gainesville. And on the way back, I said to myself, okay, when we get home, I'm going to tell my parents I want to go to Florida. But on the way home, my mom complained so much about her knees because she ended up having a double knee replacement. And she said, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to get up and down this road to get to your games if you go here. She never knew that my intention were to. But after thinking about that, LSU for me would have been the next best place because it's only 2.5 hours from Moss Point. So given what they had to offer and considering my parents, I decided to go to LSU. Now, Kareem, we were classmates, and they offered him too. I'm not quite. I'm pretty sure I had some influence on him, but we kind of made that decision together. But because I told him I was going to LSU, period, just because of what I didn't want my mom and dad to go through at the time.
Right.
And with Muskegum, I'm probably I would be 80 to 90% sure that he came based on the familiarity with us and being somewhere that he can go and kind of still feel at home because he had, teammates that were there also.
Absolutely.
And not to mention Benadryl Franklin, actually, before, Kareem and I went to LSU, he went there for a short stint. So it actually started with Benadryl. But yeah, that is the absolute real reason that I went to LSU was because my mom wouldn't have been able to handle those trips to Gainesville, some 5+ hours. And LSU was the shorter.
Well, I'm just glad you didn't go to Ole Miss. Thank the Lord. I would have loved to have had you in Maroon, but I'm definitely happy that you didn't choose Ole Miss because Ole Miss, if they would have known that, or they'd have swooped in. Oh man, we'll take care of mama. You know.
No, hey, look, Ole Miss about 5 or 6 hours too though. So he wasn't going there.
Like we'll send the plane for mama.
That was, if Southern would have been on par with LSU at the time, I would probably went to Southern because it's a little closer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was the main reason. And after that, things happen the way they're supposed to happen. And she was able to hit every game. They VIP'd her, didn't have to walk far. So it worked out the way I wanted it to work out. As far as her, comfortability.
And see, that's why I asked, because it's to get that insight. Because a lot of people always the first thing they're gonna say, how much LSU paid you? But it's like that's insight right there. That's like you. That's a legit reason, like dude. Because I knew your mama, right? Your mama went. Me and Al's parents went to church together, guy. So I know his mom was walking around. She limped a little bit, but she fought through it. She was at church every Sunday, singing in the choir with me. Yeah. All right. So I know he's telling the truth on that. He ain't just lying about that, guys. And so for him to just say, hey, my mama is the reason why I chose this school, and it wasn't, no, they got me the bag. So it was just good to hear that, man. But sometimes it happens though. Now we know it happens.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. As far as the bag is concerned, if you going to, and I can't speak for any other conference, but if you're going to a SEC school, I don't care if it's Ole Miss or Missouri or whoever, Vandy, whoever it is, the bag is going to be available. It just depends on how you go about getting it.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, now the bag is legal.
Well, some bags are bigger than others. It just depends on what area you from. I'm from the coast. The coast is a big money making area for a lot of LSU alumni. It just depends on where you are. But that whole thing about certain schools giving the bag and some not, hey man, that's a fallacy, man.
Yeah,
everybody's getting it some kind of way.
I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna let AJ take over. So with the Cam Newton, right? We always talk about Cam got the 80,000 from Auburn, 80,000. And every time I look back, the only thing I ever say is because they mad, scam Newton, this and that. Right. And so I talk about our fans, and I say, listen, the only reason why we don't have a nat is because we didn't beat 80,000. Because we put something out there for them. Just they put the 80 out there, and I say it all the time. I'm like, we didn't beat the 80. If we beat, because we lost 4 games that year, we lost. It was to the top 4 SEC schools to the top 4 SEC schools, and that year they were all ranked in the top 5 at one point that year.
Right.
And
Right.
those are our only losses that year.
Oh wow.
And that's the year we lost Cam Newton.
Yeah.
But
So
hey,
basically, we
it
just
is
need to be
what it
mad
is.
at Mullen because he didn't want to pay for
Right.
Cam,
Right,
right?
because he ain't got that
But
bag.
see, that's the thing about it. You got to go big off the top because they're not
Yeah.
discussing what they giving up, what they offering. It ain't like State can call Auburn and say, "Hey man, how much y'all?" You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, State
Yeah.
threw that number out there. It may have been 50. You know,
Yeah.
you just don't know. You know, and
Right.
it's just not about that one time payoff, man. It's about
Right.
smaller things too. You know, I have sisters and brothers that need work, or it's other things that's a little more long term than that 80, man. It's small things,
Yeah,
housing
absolutely.
and jobs, and just
Absolutely.
it's a lot more detail to go into how you get that bag. Back then, now you can do your endorsements or whatever.
Right.
But it took a little more planning. So
Right. Gotcha.
Well, I mean,
I love it.
one thing I give Ole Miss credit for is, like the song say, it wouldn't have mattered. They'd have paid the shipping costs. So, hey, since we got you here, I was about to say something, but I can't remember what it is. It don't even matter. So we might as well go ahead, since we got you here, we might as well go ahead and do our SEC picks. And we were supposed to talk about what was going to happen to the losing coach, but we kind of touched on that. So, all right. We gonna save LSU, Mississippi State for last. We gonna start off with Georgia and Vanderbilt.
Stop playing. Stop
Right.
playing, man.
Anybody want to take Vanderbilt just out of curiosity?
Nah, it ain't enough money.
That's a hell no. Okay, great. All right.
What's the spread?
The spread is fudge. Georgia 36.
16.
Georgia 36 over under 54.
Oh,
Yeah, but we don't really pick the spreads though. We just pick.
I know.
Maybe that's something we need to start doing, AJ. Is when we do our picks, go by the spread.
Man, and
I know that's a stretch, but I'm gonna go Georgia anyway.
Yeah.
See, we're on the coast, man. We can bet on games like that. So we go right over and throw our little money in the machine, and we got to know them spreads.
well, I mean, they got it. Well, I know in Memphis, like as soon as you get up there, like you can gamble online and stuff like that.
Okay.
Mississippi need to work on that. All right, second game, Missouri and Boston College. Derek, who you got?
I'm gonna pick Missouri.
All right, Missouri. Ken, what about you?
I don't know a thing about Boston College, so I'm gonna pick them.
All right.
So we go pick.
You picking Boston College or Mizzou?
Boston College. I'm going for it. I don't know nothing about it.
All right.
And I ain't got my computer to get my facts, so let's go with it.
Big Al, which one you going with, Missouri or Boston College?
I always pick conference. When it's conference versus out of conference, it's always gonna be conference. Missouri.
Now, to be honest with you, this is a conversation we should probably have one day. But has Missouri really turned into an SEC team yet?
No.
Are they still a Big 12 team masquerading?
No, they're not even a Big 12. They what you call an SEC farm team, man. They in the pipeline. They getting better, but they're a farm team for the SEC.
Okay.
Who you picking, Arthur?
This is a good one. I'm gonna go with I think that I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm going BC.
All right.
BC Powder. All right. So
He said your heart.
Texas A&M. This is a good one. Texas A&M, Arkansas.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Arkansas, bro, because Texas A&M quarterback got hurt, and we saw how Arkansas beat the hell out of not Texas. It's not Texas just yet, but they still got athletes over there. I'm going with Arkansas.
I'm going with Arkansas also. Ken, what about you?
Ooh, pig suey.
All right.
You just said Arkansas.
Arkansas, all right. Georgia Tech, Auburn.
I'm gonna go with Man, I'm gonna go with Auburn.
All right. Georgia State, Auburn. Which one you got, Ken?
Georgia State playing today?
That's
Yeah.
Georgia Tech or Auburn.
Not Georgia Tech. I meant Georgia State.
I'm still picking Auburn.
Oh, that's it. That makes it way easier then. Auburn.
Right.
Let's just skip that one. All right.
Yeah, all four of us going Auburn. Georgia State ain't ready for Auburn, man. Not yet.
Right. You can't spell citrus without UT. Tennessee, Florida. Where you going there?
Florida, man. They almost beat Bama last week. Ain't no way up, man. Look, Tennessee already got me an L earlier this year.
It's damn Mullen.
But no, Tennessee made me lose to Pittsburgh, man. No, Florida.
Listen. Until Dan Mullen's last year at State, he doesn't lose the team he beats the teams he's supposed to beat.
You just can't beat the ones that he's not supposed to.
Right. I mean, you got to win some of them games, right?
Well, hey, to be honest with you, they could be even and he still lose.
Well, I'm not picking. I'm put it in. I'm not picking Tennessee. How about that? Make a long story short.
All right.
Florida.
Florida 2 touchdowns.
Florida by 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Arthur, you gonna pick Tennessee?
Nah, man.
See.
I thought about it, but then I thought about it, like, man, you know them boys trash.
Yeah.
All right. Kentucky, South Carolina. Where you going with this one, Derek?
Man, give me UK.
All right. Ken.
I think the graduate transfer has gotten his feet wet over in South Carolina. The coach,
the graduate assistant,
the coach / player. Yeah. I know what, Derek? Just because you picked Kentucky, I'm going with Carolina, baby. I'm going with Carolina.
Oh,
wow. Who you going with?
Hey, I'm gonna take UK, man.
Yeah, I'm inclined to go with Kentucky also.
I'm glad all y'all picked
South Carolina. All right.
So we're gonna see this post game.
All right, and here go one that is a highly contested contest. All right.
How you playing?
Southern Miss, Alabama. Derek, where you going with this?
Man, they finna spread Southern Miss on that field like you spread mustard on a hamburger. Man, they finna beat the mustard buzzers so bad, it's gonna be a massacre.
Hey, man. Southern Miss lost to Jackson County Pelicans. I don't think they're gonna be Alabama.
Oh. All right, Al, where you going with? Matter of fact, for you think they gonna hit the 45-point spread or nah?
See, that's what I'm going with. I'm taking the points, man. I'm gonna take Southern Miss with that 45. Bama never covers their spreads.
Right. Okay, so
US.
For the game
they're gonna beat them by 40. Put it that way, and not 45.
Exactly. Matter of fact, wait, give me a second. I know that our game getting ready to start, but oh goodness, I gotta get the official. Black Dog's Bell. You already know what it is. We got this from the Bell Smith. Also, shout out to Mr. John. All right, he took care of our little Zoom situation for us. We cannot thank him enough. He's one of our biggest fans, and also the Bell Smith is a big fan. Also, we got to make sure that we take care of our sponsors. All right.
Can we not say situation, because it's like we just be forgetting. Zoom, we just be forgetting, man. That's all. You make it sound like
you make it like we can't afford $16 a month.
Y'all niggas broke.
We be forgetting.
Well,
man.
I always be cash apping you the money when you say you need to be ready.
Hey man, I had how many
old ladies
I had to hook up with to be able to pay for the Zoom.
Just because you want to be a Zoom gigolo, that's on you.
Hey man, look man.
Come on.
Y'all can follow me on OnlyFans if y'all really want to support the Zoom. Okay. All right.
Hey, y'all know.
LSU, Mississippi State, Derek.
I'm going with my squad, Mississippi State.
All right. What about you, Ken? And we already know who he got. Let's see. We gonna find a way to fuck up. I'm just gonna put it out there. We gonna find a way to fuck up.
So you picking LSU?
Ba.
Are you picking LSU or Mississippi State? You can.
I'm picking LSU. Fuck it.
Oh.
It is what it is. We don't have the balls. We ain't got the cajonis to do it.
We need to hire for a new host.
Hey,
Come on over. Hear what I said.
Hey, you
Roshana, we need you to apply today.
Hey, I would love to turn out to be wrong, but I have no faith in Mike Leach, and I have no faith in Will Rogers, who I'm contractually obligated to say went to the same high school as Gardner Minshew. All right, but hey, it's still Hell State all day. You already know what the business is, but I can expect more. I can expect more from our team. I mean, it is what it is. So it's already.
What's the spread? What's the spread? You didn't get
1.5.
the spread?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's 2.5. 2.5.
We'll cover that.
2.5.
You got to ask the guest. You just kept going. Ask the guest if you don't want to cover. What do you got?
All right, you want to cover the spread? 1.5.
Oh, it went down?
Yeah, see, it's a sports book. That's the line in Vegas.
Oh, okay, 1.5. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's easy, man. We'll cover that.
See how he just easy? Like we a kindergarten team or something.
That's easy. That's easy.
I guess. All right, so like I say, the game had already started. So real quick, very quickly, Garrett, what's your last thought?
Man, I want to give a shout out to the Mississippi State women's volleyball team, resident Black Dog Sports group. Linda Coleman's a longtime volleyball supporter, first Black woman to start at LSU and get a scholarship. Mississippi State women's volleyball team beat Florida for the first time in 50 years. Shout out to the ladies in maroon on the hardwood volleyball court.
All right, Ken, same thing to you. Unmute yourself.
Hey. Shout out to Mars Point for winning their first game. We're getting ready to head into 4A play, district play to get ready to go and try to win the third straight district title. We're trying to bring this thing back, guys. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Pee Wee League, and let's go Hell State.
All right, bad boy. And Big Al, what's the last thing that you want to say to everybody out there?
Oh, man, I just want to thank you guys for having me on, man. This was a lot of fun. Fat, I appreciate you reaching out to me, man. Anytime y'all want me to come back, man, I'm more than willing to do that. And same with Fat, man. Shout out to you guys, man, over at Moss Point. That's my heart. And you guys, y'all gonna bring it back, man. We're gonna go back to where it used to be. And everything gonna be lovely once again.
Arthur, before you get out of here, man, can we commit to a post game so we can get Al and Said on? Get that Ryan Fire reunion up.
Since the game is early, yeah, let's do it.
Well, see, I'm having my daughter's birthday party today. So
what time would you be available tonight?
Out 7-ish, maybe.
I mean, I'll hit set up and we'll connect that. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. And before we get up at this thing, I want to give a shout out to all of my students and to the young men from Greenville High School. Yes, both of y'all got smashed, but learning to deal with adversity is one of the most important parts of life. And Mr. Hosey still loves y'all. Okay. So the only thing that I got to say is K-bye and LSU fans smell like corn dogs.